Chess Tactics for Beginners, amazing software if you're just starting out and need to learn some basic tactics, mating nets, and it will work from 1 move up to 4 to 5 move tactics. And for some reason they sneak in a bunch of king and pawn endgames, which have a lot of mistakes. But other than that, great software. A goes on the A table. Now this is sad. This is a beautiful book by Greed. I wrote a review of it on the blog. Played the Ruy Lopez, complete repertoire and a famous opening. He's not exaggerating. It really is a complete book, beautifully written, extremely thorough analysis of alternative lines that tend to be overlooked in, say, the encyclopedia of the chess openings. I just don't plan on playing this opening, and it hurts me a bit, but I think I'll have to put it in the C pile. But if you play the Ruy, especially the Worrell variation, get that book. It's amazing. Chess Visualization Course by Ian Anderson. I reviewed this on the blog. It's a strange book, but it has a lot of counting problems, which you will not find anywhere else. It's a fundamental tactical skill, and it gives some very helpful advice on how to solve counting problems. And you can learn how you can most effectively solve them over the board by practicing them in this book. Excellent book. I will give it a B. Excellent book for counting. Heisman's Back to Basics Tactics. This is a good book. It has quite a few counting problems and a chapter on each major tactic, and it has a lot of those Heisman nuggets of wisdom that he likes to spray all over his writings. One of my favorites, this is one I liked. There are only 3 times you should make a threat. 1, if the threat cannot be met. 2, if in making the threat you are improving your position more than your opponent does in meeting it. Pretty sweet. Or 3, if you have nothing left to lose and are trying to swindle your opponent into a blunder that lets you back into the game. Nice. I give that a B. Good book. I'll hold on to it. This book was a lot of fun. Christian Bauer, Play 1b6. This is when I thought I wanted to play hypermodern. Something I don't suggest for people starting out. You have to have a really subtle and well-developed positional intuition. And I much prefer now to just play the center pawns as early as possible. So I give it a C because it's a good book, but just not something I'll ever use. Some weird Fritz thing I bought in France for $5. I have no idea why. D. Another reverse Sicilian English book that I'll never use. I don't know how it is, but I'll give it a C. The Games of Wilhelm Steinitz. At Amazon it said that the games were annotated. That's bullshit. Here's what you get in this piece of crap. Okay, that's the annotation. Useful. Yeah, this is great. This is really going to help me to develop an intuitive understanding for the game of chess. I couldn't just get this stuff online. No, I would never get this just by plugging in Fritz and bringing up the games from my database. Yeah, thanks for helping me waste $20, Amazon. F. Alpin French. A fun opening for white. It's a gambit in the French. It opens things up, creates a really exciting game. Thanks to Tempo Schlucker for recommending it. I give this book a B. I'll hold on to that. It's not very good annotations, but it's fairly thorough. It's in a kind of informant style. ABCs of Chess Openings by Gauthier. Unorganized, not a lot of good examples. I thought it was horrible. Pretty much any opening book is better than this piece of crap. F. My cousin Tyler gave me this book, Secrets of Pawnless Endings. I'm a bit too much of an amateur to get much out of this book. It's quite a bit above my level. If I ever get back into chess in a serious degree, it will probably be years before I could really learn much from it. But if you want to know how to play 2 rooks versus a queen and a bishop, this is your book. And I've been assured it's a very good book. So sorry, Tyler, my cousin. I'm putting that in the C pile just because it's kind of beyond me. Now we're getting into an A book. Chess Openings by Mike Bosman. If you can get this book, do it. It's out of print, I believe. A wonderful overview of the principles of chess, not just the openings, and then an illustration of these principles in the openings. And it's not very broad, but in the openings he does choose to cover. He does a wonderful job. He talks about a lot of different topics. Principles of opening play. And then chapter 2 is wonderful. Chapter 3 is great. It isn't until you get to chapter 7 that you actually get with the specific openings. But just a fantastic general introduction to chess with a focus on openings. I give that an A. A DVD from Chess Space, the Scandinavian from Martin. This is actually quite good. It covers the Queen D6 variation of the Scandinavian, which I don't play, so I'm going to put it in the C pile. But if you're going to play that variation, this is a must-have. Frisco del Rosario, a first book of Morphy. This is a great book using Fine's 30 principles of chess play in the opening, middle, and end games, illustrated using some of Morphy's games. And he also uses Cecil Purdy's 2 principles, which are examine moves that smite and bring out inactive pieces. So activate inactive pieces and look at threats. And if you do that, you'll probably pick a good move. This is a very good book. I'll give it a B. I'll hold on to that. Beginning Chess by Pandolfini. 300 very simple tactics puzzles. I love this little book. It's great for drilling myself right before a game. If I just want to get myself a little sharpened up before the game. Very, very basic tactics. The first chess book I ever read. Actually, I'll give that a B. Here's 2 books on the Leningrad Dutch. Well, one is a general book on the Dutch by Neil MacDonald. The other is a full repertoire on the Leningrad system. I'll never use this system. It's very tricky positionally, and both of these books ignore a lot of early move deviations, and that pissed me off, so they're both getting Ds. Fantastic software from Maurice Ashley. Hey, how's it going? Whoa, whoa, look out, we're playing chess on a basketball court. Oh, I'm crazy. This is for kids. There's some fun games in here for kids that he likes to use football analogies, and there's some little games with moving pawns to the opponent's edge. D.